so this is a little bit of me documenting my journey of learning to tune. So I set up the VE table and I got the car running, and I was adjusting the VE numbers with the base map that came with the car. And me being a noob, I set the injector settings up, but on Tuner Studio, whenever you do something, you need to press burn to the ECU to actually save it. So this whole time I thought I had the injector set up correctly, but I didn't. And yeah, this morning or last night I saw that and I changed the injector size on Tuner Studio, which is here. I went to fuel, injector configuration, and then this number was set to 180. So I changed this to 255 and I was like, oh, hunky-dory, let's turn the car on. Car didn't switch on, wouldn't run. I was like, oh, that's not great. So what I did is I reset everything back, turned it on, and then in Tuner Studio I changed the injector configuration while the car was on to 255 because I got 1ZZs in it at the moment. I do have 370cc injectors over there somewhere, the 1JZ ones, but for the moment I'm just using these. I want to see how far I can get with them. And yeah, it went to 20 AFR. So the air fuel ratio was at 20 at idle. So I was like, oh, there's not enough fuel in it. So then I headed over here, I went to fuel, and I went to VE, volumetric efficiency. Now this is all super rich, but it works. So in this bottom corner, this is where your car will idle roughly around vacuum and low RPM. So I have my RPM set to 1000. On the ECU it came at 800 or 900, but it just sounded a bit, I don't know. I just wanted the high idle. I don't know why I want high idle, but I have it set to 1000. So it was idling around here. So this bottom corner here, I just kept increasing this number until the car got good AFRs. And then I figured out what that number was, and I multiplied the entire table over for that number. So now the entire table is the same. And now we still have the hot start issue, so that's what I'm going to try and figure out next. Car idles. You see now this circle is where the engine is sitting at right now. So I give it a rev, it goes up. You see how healthy it is and how there's no hesitation or lag or anything. And now we're idling 15.49. Yeah, I could bring this number up even a little bit more, but yeah, the whole car is running as it should. So now I'm gonna do some research and figure out how to make this thing start up a bit nicer now that it's warm. What temperature is on the ECU? So yeah, the car is warm. Right now I have the fan set up with the switch. I think I'm gonna put the fans on the ECU so the ECU controls the fans. So yeah, now the car is idling at 14.7. Yes, I have two AFR sensors in my car at the moment. Okay, so when I open up this table, it was set to 4. So it's going to set 4 times the amount of fuel from the start of the map at 0 revs, and then it kind of equals out. So with a hot start, I was getting this. I'm pretty sure it's going to go crazy long crank again. Right now, if I turn this down to like 2, and pretty good. I might leave it at that. Okay, so I've been looking at this ignition table and I've been trying to make absolute sense of it. Now I think I understand. So we have up to 100 kPa, this is vacuum, and this is which is like up to NA. So from here upwards is boosted, from here down is vacuum and NA basically, okay? Now please take this with a grain of salt. I'm actually afraid to upload this video because I'm going to get some people absolutely flaming me, but I'm absolutely up for discussion because I'm here to learn something and I'm trying to do this by myself. I'm trying to learn something here, so try and see where I go with this. So we have ignition timing. So this is basically we want to retard the ignition into boost. So we have peak pressure after top dead center. So if you had a NA ECU with a fuel cut defender, I think it still fuels as if it was in this section here. I actually don't know. You have 26 degrees of like, or 19 degrees of timing, let's say. I don't know if that's right, but here we go. Put it. Now this ignition table is not polished at all. So if you're looking at this and thinking this is good, it's not, because around this section here, I need to adjust it and make it more retarded, because 20 degrees of timing here. I don't know if that's safe. So I'm gonna just retard this further a little bit. And yeah, so that is ignition table, my understanding of it. So we're currently putting in the 1JZ pigtails into my IS200 loom, and pretty cool. On Tuner Studio you can go fuel, injector test, injector 1 test, and you can just hear it clicking. You can feel it, so that works. Now just to do 5 more of those. Okay, so I have the 1JZ injectors calibrated on the ECU with the in fuel injector configuration. Down there, and then I multiplied my VE table just to reduce the VE because there is a lot more fuel going in. And now my drivability is pretty good. Also, the throttle response is still crazy. If I just drive around normally, as if I was just street driving the car, which I won't be because it's a track car, but it drives pretty good. There's no hesitation. So it's okay. Maybe I might put a bit more fuel into it. I don't know. Okay, so I did a pull. We made 145 map, which is I think 7 psi, and we had 10 AFR there, which is richer, and then into higher RPMs we hit 9 AFR, which is pretty much super rich. So I'm going to aim for 11, and we had 79% duty cycle on the injectors, so we're going to be reducing that by 20%, so this should be around 50 something. So that's good. The 1JZ injectors definitely work better than the 1ZZs. So if you're going to do this, don't even bother with the 1ZZs. Just find some 1JZ injectors and they should be good. All right, it actually sounds absolutely insane. Okay, so I have the ignition map okay, the VE map is not okay, it's very rich. We're going to pull fuel out of it. I got my cold start okay, my hot start is medium okay, not ideal, but we'll get that a bit better with the VE table tidied up. And got my water cooling done. I need to replace this. I've ordered the Mamba kit. It's going to be a lot more tidier than this, but this will work for the moment. I need to move this over here so my hot this part of the turbo isn't a finger away from my oil line. Now I am hooking up the boost controller, which plugs into this evap plug, which goes to this thing under the throttle body. And yeah, so I'm just going to hook this up. So there's the wastegate line. Well, this is coming off the turbo, and you should go to the wastegate, and then this is coming off my wastegate. So I just hook that up. This sucked. So off your turbo into this port at the top, or let's say the bottom, and then the side port to your wastegate, and then this one is a bleed or vent to atmosphere, or you can put that back to your intake. Okay, then on your ECU, advanced, boost control, true, open plus closed, low side 16, burn. Then you want to turn off your key and disconnect your USB, just so the ECU actually, I don't know, it needs to cycle. After that, you can go to view, and you can go to, where is it? Boost control, right here. And this should say, this should be like this now. I just had all this saying nothing, or yes, 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 but this said should reset PID. Make sure it says no. And then you can see here, this actually works. And then when I went to sensors, or sorry, advanced and boost control, no, not this one. I'll try this in one take. Boost control, open loop. If I set this to 60, so 60, this should change. So that means the thing is actually doing something. If this doesn't do anything, do not drive the car, because you will make infinite boosts. Ask me how I know. And also go to up here, base engine, limits and protection, boost cut, and set this to something really low while you're setting this up so you don't fuck up. Right now I have mine set to 190 kPa is my max boost pressure. And then if I go into my boost control target, I have it up here. I want to make above 5,200. I want to make 170 kPa, which is about 10 psi. So up, this is all doing its own thing, then bang, 10 psi. And then if you want to go here to the open loop table, the boost controller is doing nothing up until here, and then it's starting to open the fucking wastegate, and it does its thing. So yeah, that's it. I have the ignition table set up, the VE table super rich, take fuel out. Got my boost controller working. I need to tune for open loop first with the duty cycle, and then after use the closed loop so it can reference off each other. All this information is free on the internet, so if you want to do this yourself, like, you can learn it yourself. I've had a good few people tell me I'm absolutely insane, I'm going to blow the engine up and I should just bring it to someone, and yeah, they're probably right, but at the same time, it's a 300 euro engine, and I'm learning something new. And after I do this, and I do a track day, and the car goes well, fingers crossed, I'll be super proud of myself, and fucking that feeling of mapping my own car is going to be like amazing. So that's it. Pretty much the base map is set up. Right now I got it to 10 psi and it's under 11 AFRs on wide open throttle. So I'm going to bring it to my friend's farm on an actual private road, and we're going to do some logs in higher gears so we can like fine tune it. And if not, I might just go to a track for a private day and do it that way, but I don't know, I don't mind. The only problem with this thing is I'm always going to be playing with it. I'm always going to have the laptop on me, and I'm always going to be making adjustments. That's the only negative, and I'm looking at logs like all the time. Which is, it's cool, man. It's something new. It's fucking learn. Thanks for watching this video. It's like a little small in-between video of getting the ECU running. Then I'll just like the mid setup, and now the next video should be like dialing it in. Then I should probably get some skids done as well. So stay tuned for that.